everybody, and welcome to yet another, and sadly, the last Counting My Lucky Stars live stream, coming at you live from my room upstairs in the house here. Specially painted just for you. Good to see you all. Thank you for joining us. Counting My Lucky Stars is a live stream where I bring some people on. We bring on some special guests. We talk about what we're grateful for, what we're happy about in our lives, because I don't think the world does that enough lately, and also to bring attention to my brand new record that is out called Lucky Stars. See what we did there? And so we're super excited to have everybody here tonight. I do have a very special guest I'm excited to bring on. This is, but we figured since we're getting real close to Christmas, I've got a new Christmas single out. I'm sure you've already added it to your playlist, but if you haven't, then I would advise you to do that. The song is called Jingle Bell Rock. I hope you like it. Kick off with this. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. The jingle bells chiming, jingle bells ring. Dancing and prancing, that's not the right words. What a great start. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. The jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Well, Jingle Bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Well, giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet and jingle around the clock. Mixing and mingling and jingling feet. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Yeah. Hope it's bringing y'all into the Christmas spirit. I love Christmas. Best time of the year. Come on. Well, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Well, Jingle Bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Well, giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet and jingle around the clock. Mixing and mingling the jingling feet. That's the Jingle Bell. That's the Jingle Bell. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, baby. Yay. Hope you're all well. Merry Christmas to you all. It's so good to see you all here tonight. I hope everybody is just really enjoying December so far. It has been just a little bit crazy over here. We're kind of in the middle of a Tin Roof tour, which, by the way, I am supporting my own merch tonight. There's a radio station that asked me a couple weeks ago if I wear my own merch, and I do. And I'm wearing it right now. Check it out. And on the back, it has all the Tin Roof tour dates. This is a Tin Roof tour exclusive shirt only. I believe you can go to richardsandsouthern.com and order yourself one if you want one. Even if you're not going to be there, that's fine. We'll act like you're there, like you came to the show, that you really enjoyed it. We all know it's going to be great. And part of the reason why we know it's going to be so great is because, man, I am killing the segues tonight. Part of the reason, not even planned, part of the reason it's going to be so great is because there's a man that is responsible for making sure that these shows go as smoothly as possible, not only on stage but off as well. I would like to, actually, before I do that, I have one housekeeping item that I need to tackle here. Congrats to Lisa from Orem, Utah. winning AirPods and an Apple Watch that she won just by pre-saving and pre-adding my new EP, Lucky Stars. So everywhere you buy music, look what you can get. You can win some Apple AirPods, Apple Watches, Apple things. So it's pretty cool. Lisa, congratulations to you for winning that. That is so awesome. We are happy to have you as a listener and as a fan. Like I was saying, king of the segue. So when shows go smooth, there's only one man responsible for that. And I would like to introduce you to him here, right now, here today, right here in the flesh, ladies and gentlemen, Kasey Todd, the best hair in the business.
What's up, buddy?
How are you?
I'm good.
Your hair is so great, man. It reminds me of Jimmy Neutron. Boy, genius.
Well, I have to give credit where credit's due, because there is another drummer in Canada that I think we're battling for the best hair.
Okay.
Ben Bradley.
Yeah, Ben has some slick hair.
He's got some good hair. So, I think that might be a new.
But I like yours. Yours is more nostalgic. Like it reminds me.
There you go.
Reminds me of like Elvis. Like you have an Elvis thing going on.
Well, I am a huge Elvis fan, as you know.
Yes, you are. I know. You've tried to get me to learn a bunch of Elvis songs, and I just, for whatever reason, it never happens.
Yeah.
We'll do it one of these days. But, first of all, great to have you. Love you like a brother. We talk on the phone every day. So
that's right.
To actually see you face to face is, on a call is great. But I wanted to kind of maybe touch on a little bit of the history on how Kasey has been my band leader probably going on 8 years now.
Yeah, something like that.
But playing for me for 10 for sure.
Yeah.
And as far back as before I ever had a deal or anything. I think we were on the road, and I would bring you up to Canada, and because Kasey and I moved. Well, I'll let you tell the story, but we basically moved to Nashville at the same time.
Yeah. I think the first Canadian show we did together was LB's way back in the day.
Dang!
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. And I believe we played Lonely Drum on that show.
We did, yes.
I think there's a video, because did Trav Switzer not play bass? And
he was on that, yeah.
And I don't know who was on guitar. But
yeah.
That's crazy.
I think it was Nate was playing guitar back then.
Nate McMurdo, yes.
Yep.
A huge wave of the hat to Nate. We love Nate. He's good.
Yeah.
Good lad.
Yeah, we first met doing writers rounds here in Nashville.
Yeah. So when Kasey and I first moved, I moved. Did you move before me or after me? I can't remember.
I think I was like a month or two after you.
Right. And Kasey just showed up to this thing. So there was a girl named Crystal Hoyt that would do Renegade Junction, which I recently saw as a Facebook memory. The Facebook memories have been slapping me in the face in the past, mostly because of all of my ridiculous Facebook posts, about my life, and I feel like something just happened in my career, and a piano came off my shoulders, and now that a piano has come off my shoulders, I think I'll learn how to play it, which I never did. So I had ridiculous Facebook posts, but Renegade Junction, and I think you just showed up and you were like, hey,
yeah.
I play drums, or I play, and we always called you Kasey Percussion, because that is your email to this day.
Yeah, email and Instagram and basically everything.
Everything. It's so great. And Kasey showed up to this gig, and he's like, I play, and I was like, cool, can you play for me? And it was really like that, and he played for a bunch of other people on the show, and I was like, well, you should play for me too. And he was like, cool, man, I like your stuff, or I don't know what you said to me, but and then we there was also a lot of bad decisions that we made in those days. There was a lot of alcohol involved, I think.
We had a lot of fun. I wouldn't necessarily call them bad decisions.
They were for me, for sure.
Well, we never got in trouble. Let's just put it that way.
I distinctly remember was it diving for a pylon downtown Nashville, or stealing a pylon?
You
one
dove
of those
down the steps, and I ran down to make sure you're okay. And I was like, oh my God, he had to have killed himself. and you like jump up and you turn around and you just went safe. And I was like, oh, okay.
Jeez. Oh,
And then that's when the pylon came on, was after
and then,
that.
And then Kasey and I even lived together for a period of time.
We did. Yep.
Yeah. I think it was like 3 months. I lived upstairs in your room and crashed. Nashville is like at that time. If you would like an Aaron Goodvin t-shirt, just go to richardsandsouthern.com. Aaron Goodvin, I believe, and you can. It's the U.S. store that you have to order them from because it's a U.S. tour. But yeah, we'll get you one. Anyway, I'm sort of like jumping between the.
That was a good plug.
Yeah, good plug. Well, somebody wanted an Aaron Goodvin shirt, and then somebody also asked up here. I don't know who asked this, but has the band always been called Public Hump? We'll get to Public Hump in a while.
Wow, who asked that?
Yeah, which is just a great name. And a lot of our conversation are really behind the scenes, like we can't. There's a lot of inside jokes, but so yeah, Kasey and I just started playing together. First show was LB's in Canada. I don't know, 10 years ago, and and then shortly after that became the band leader. And so like just give people some insight on what band leading really is. Like, first of all, Kasey wears a couple different hats underneath that hair. He wears a tour manager hat and a band leader hat. So maybe we just should talk about what your duties are for each of those.
Yeah, so as a band leader, I take care of hiring the band, unfortunately, sometimes firing the band, depending on situations.
It's a business.
Yeah. And but I make sure that they have the right music. I write charts for them. I rehearse the band, make sure that all the parts are where they need to be. And a lot of times Aaron will be in rehearsal with us, but sometimes he's not. And so I have to make sure that everything's there for when Aaron does show up and can just sing the songs and doesn't have to worry about anything. But I'll listen back to tapes from the shows and all that to listen and make sure that everything sounds good. And because sometimes you can do things live and they don't translate as well as you think they might, or you might play studio parts that you need something a little more exciting in a live situation than what's on the record. So we come up with those kind of parts, and that's kind of the band leading part of it, and
right?
Just make sure that
and then there's always like conversations. Like my favorite thing is when Kasey walks up to me about an hour before the show and hands me the iPad and goes, "Does this work?"
Yeah,
because that's usually the set list, and then I'll look it over, and I'll go, what if we did this and change this? And he'll be like, yeah, cool, and then he'll tell the band and be like, hey, so we'll transition out of this by doing this. Another probably the best perk about being a band. I'm going to tell you what your best perk is.
Oh, good,
because I have a feeling we'll agree. But the best perk of being a band leader is that Kasey has a talkback mic.
Oh yes, that's fun.
So Kasey has a mic on stage that only the band can hear. I'm wearing these in-ears right now. So when he clicks that button and talks into that mic.
Well, and real quick, it's the same mic that I sing out of, but I have a button that I can push. And when I push that button, it goes to a different channel.
It goes to a different channel. And when it goes to that channel, all the only people that can hear him are the people on stage. So a lot of times when I'm up on stage, I forget that. Obviously, and I'll start having a conversation with Kasey on my mic so that everybody else is hearing it, but nobody else is hearing what. So like and then we'll all be laughing about it. And really, it's what's funny about it. I think it's cool is like people just see us up there having a good time, and I think it's
right.
And I think like that they're like, oh, they're having fun up there, but they have no idea what we're talking about.
Well, and there's a lot of serious things that are said in there of like, hey, Aaron, do you want to? We're running short on time. Do you want to do this next? Or skip this? Like which one are we going to cut? Because we have to cut something.
And then allows me to go think on the fly.
But a lot of times that's happening during a guitar solo or something like that. Then there's also, hey, Aaron, don't forget to mention your t-shirts.
Yeah, that are for sale. Or the radio station that we're playing, or the city that we're in, or there's a million things. And And then also, Kasey has been there at the odd time to help me with a lyric or two that I forget. And he'll say it to me, and I'll be like, "Right, got it." Then we'll go do it. So it's yeah.
But then there's also a lot of shenanigans that
yes,
but
and those are the parts that are so much fun.
Yes.
Like Kasey's singles. So when a pretty girl walks by, he'll go, "Whoa, who's that?"
You were just throwing me under the bus here.
But that's what you do, and then we all turn around and laugh and agree with you. So it's great. Mom just mentioned before we go on to the tour management, which is also equally as interesting, I'm sure. But tell us a little bit about like how you have this like fascinating childhood to me that just kind of I don't know that anybody really understands until they kind of hear the story about it. But tell us a little bit about like, how you got into music and how early that started.
Yeah. So I was basically born into it. My dad is a singer in a 50s and 60s show band called the Vandells. And
who are awesome. Go follow them. They're so great.
He started doing that in 1974. And that's still what he does to this day. So that's all I've ever known that my dad does for a job is be a musician and a lead singer. So I grew up on the road with him. The first time I was ever on stage, I was 2 years old. And from then it just kind of kept growing. And, when you were in grade school and people would say, "Oh, what do you want to do?" And everybody's like, "Oh, I want to be a policeman or a fireman or an astronaut." Like I always knew that I wanted to play music. Like there was never anything else or never any question at all. That's just what I knew I wanted to do from day one. But because of that, I, was on the road all the time with my dad. And basically once I started going to school, my mom would pick me and my brother. Well, once my brother was there, pick my brother up, and we would leave every Thursday or Friday. Sometimes we wouldn't even go to school Friday because it was a long drive to get to wherever my dad was playing. And we'd go drive all day, get to where he was at, hang out all weekend, leave Sunday night, drive all night. And my mom would basically drop us off at school so that we were back for school on Monday.
It's so mind blowing to me. Like I would have loved, I would have loved missing school probably just to go do that. I mean, like honestly, that would be the coolest. Like when you think about people that have the coolest childhoods, like I was like, so you just drive all night and then your mom would drop you off at school on Monday. Like I was like, that's just the coolest thing in the world. So there, Mom posted the link for everybody if they want to check out the Vandells. And what's actually really cool about the Vandells is like Kasey still plays in the Vandells, and all the kids of the 4 singer guys that are up there, doing all that stuff. Like they do a ton of Elvis and Everly Brothers and just like all the old stuff. All their children are also part of the Vandells. So they go up and they play all the instruments, and it's just really this whole family thing. And I went to a Vandells New Year's show, and they let me get up because Matt in our band also plays for the Vandells when he's not on the road with us. And so just turns into this whole family thing. And so I went there and we got up and played a few songs. Like I think we played like Lonely Drum and Woman of Love for everybody, and they loved it. And there's 2,500 people at a New Year's celebrate. Like it's just so crazy to me how what a family that whole thing is, and the fans that the Vandells have are huge, and it's just so great.
So my dad and brother are actually in town right now because I'm normally on a gig right now. I normally have a Tuesday night gig in Nashville that I should be at right now, but my brother's subbing in and playing for me.
Look at that. That's freaking amazing. Yeah. It's so cool to me. It's just so cool. And you're all like, and to come from it from such an angle, like you're all like huge music lovers, but one of the most impressive things about you and that family is that the understanding that it is a business, and we're doing what we love, but this is also this is our living. We don't do anything else, so it comes from a very like business minded place, which is which is why it's like hiring Kasey as my band leader / tour manager. I don't know that like, you know, we've talked about it at some point, like maybe when you know, we get huge and, you know, everybody knows my name, that, you know, maybe we'll hire another tour manager. So Kasey could just do what he loves and plays drums and sing. But Kasey also, when I met him, he was doing the drum thing, but he's also doing a dueling piano thing. So he also plays piano and sings. Yeah. Which I don't know how a drummer plays piano. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's either one or the other in my brain. But like, so, you know, which is kind of, you know, why I hired you about on the tour managing side. So, I mean, I'm sure people kind of get the gist of what a tour manager is. It's no different than just a manager, I guess. But like, maybe explain a few things that you do with that.
Yeah, well, the difference between a manager and tour manager would be that I'm actually on the road with you, and so typically we get to a venue and I'm the first one in the venue to go talk to the promoter or whoever the main contact
who you've already contacted.
Yeah, who I've already talked to for typically about 2 months. Is when I try and start advancing these shows and getting all the details of what time we have to be there for load in, what time sound check is, what time dinner is, you know, if they're taking care of food,
what the Wi-Fi password is.
What the Wi-Fi password is, yeah. Yeah.
But figuring all that stuff out, and then like, you know, and then the other thing is like we have an app called Master Tour, which Kasey is notorious for saying on the road, because we'll be driving to the gig and somebody who hasn't opened their app will go, "What time's load in?" or "What time is sound check?" or "What?" And all Kasey will do is yell, "Check Master Tour."
I think it's a little nicer than that most of the time, but it, you know, there's definitely some sentiment behind it.
Your tone is so great, because I've been guilty of it myself. You know, I've done that a million times.
I think with you, I just go, "Aaron, have you looked at Master Tour?" You go,
"Yeah,"
no,
and I go,
okay.
"Right, shoot, sorry, pardon my French." But yeah, so then Kasey also, you know, collects the big old check at the end of the night, or small old check, whatever, depending on what country we're in.
I also make sure that the meet and greets and
meet and greets.
You know, if we have any comp tickets, that kind of stuff.
List,
you know, radio people, that kind of stuff. I make sure that they're all taken care of. And
so this is a lesson. It is, and so this is a lesson to everybody who's watching today. Kasey is the guy to know. Okay, I mean, you might get to meet me, you might not, but Kasey is the gatekeeper.
Yes.
So get to know him. Send him something on his birthday. It's July 29th or something.
31st. But
31st. I was close.
It's a week after yours.
No, I know, but so my friend growing up was the 29th, so I always get them mixed up between the 29th and the 31st. So yeah, way to keep Aaron and the crew in order. Yes, you are absolutely right. And he really is. Like, he's like the backbone that makes sure that we're all there and rocking and on time, and just does like such a fantastic job of doing that. I was going to I was going to play another song. Do you want to just hang out while I play another song?
Sure.
And we'll keep chatting?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Of course.
All right. I'm going to play another song while I think about what my next question is. It's called Multitasking. If you guys have any questions for Kasey, we need to talk about Public Hump. But I'm going to play this one. Dylan Gillette in the house. And that's an ex-band member, so he would know. Good to see you, buddy. This is a song that we put out a couple years ago on Christmas. It's one of my favorites. I'll sing it for you. Bells will be ringing, the sad, sad news. Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. My baby's gone, I have no friends to wish me greetings once again. Choirs will be singing Silent Night, Christmas carol candlelight. Please come home for Christmas. Please come home for Christmas. If not for Christmas, by New Year's night. Friends and relations send salutations. Sure as the stars shine above. But this is Christmas, Christmas, my dear. The time of year to be with the one you love. So won't you tell me you'll never more wrong? Christmas and New Year will find you home. There'll be no more sorrow, no grief and pain, and I'll be happy, happy once again. Oh yeah, there'll be no more sorrow, no grief and pain, and I'll be happy, happy, happy Christmas, happy Christmas once again. Please come home for Christmas. Another Christmas jam for you. What'd you think, Case? Did I play all the chords right?
That was great.
You're lying, and I love it. After we get off this call, he's going to be like, man, you missed a few chords there. You might want to run that one again. Glenn Page, are you coming to see us in Kentucky? That is so exciting. Are you coming to Louisville or Lexington? I got to know. Linda, good to see you. Merry Christmas. So I don't know that we probably need to talk about this in public, but we have a band name called Public Hump, and where it came from. Do you remember where we were?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay, well, we were in a Starbucks somewhere. Was it the Gourd tour? Maybe
it was. It was very.
I think it was on the Gourd tour.
Yeah, it was very early on.
Very early, and we were in a Starbucks somewhere in Ontario, because you never leave Ontario. I mean, that tour, I felt like that tour was a month long, and I felt like we spent 3 weeks in Ontario. Like, it was just the biggest.
That tour was way more than a month long.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was like.
Oh, I guess it was. I guess because it was 30 dates, so it was probably like closer to 2 or.
Yeah,
maybe.
Because we left mid-January to do Grand Prairie, then we went and did the Gourd tour, but we didn't get home until the first week of March.
Holy, yeah, long time. What a crazy, crazy tour that was. But so. So we were in Starbucks, and I walked up to you, and for whatever reason, when you're on the road and you're a little bit
tired,
you're making stuff up. So I walked up to Kasey in Starbucks, and I just like went like this, and I was like, while I did it, I was like, Public Hump, like I was humping him in public, and so just the things that happen on the road between a bunch of dudes, you know?
Yeah. It was so silly, but it stuck.
It's so stupid, but it totally stuck. So then we're like, so we've got, I think you guys have a logo, right?
We do.
Like you have like, I don't think the jackets have ever been made, but there is a logo.
We've talked about it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's so funny. And then there was another show. Was it on the Gourd tour? Where you said, please, if you introduced into the talkback mic, this is the talkback mic. He says, if you introduce the band as Public Hump,
I'll give you $20.
I'll give you $20. And sure enough, I was like, what do you think of my band? Public Hump. And I said it as fast as I could so that people would miss it.
The band was just dying
the
laughing.
Fun times we have on the road. The fun times. Pam wants one of those jackets. Do you want a Public Hump jacket? I think we can make that happen. We can make that happen. So, what are you most excited about in 2022?
To get back on the road. We haven't done a ton of stuff in the past 2 years just because of, issues with the border and obviously all of the COVID protocols constantly changing. And, looking at the schedule this year for coming up for this year. And, we have more shows already than we have in the past 2 years in Canada. So that's a good start.
Yeah. It's so, you and me both. Kasey and I are, we're going to need to see that logo, boys. Kasey and I are, we'll have to find that. I think we're a lot happier people when we're, on the road. And I know being in Canada, we haven't, 5 shows I think we played. I don't even think you were on the first 2 because of COVID. We went up to Calgary Stampede without you.
Yeah, because we weren't able to. The Americans still weren't able to cross the border.
Weren't allowed to get across. Yeah, it's crazy. And so we're super excited. We're currently on a Tin Roof tour now, which is where these T-shirts come from. So make sure you swing by and grab yourself a brand new Tin Roof Tour T-shirt. We will have them on the Tin Roof Tour if anybody is coming along to that. I'd love to see you.
Aaron, I don't know if you could. No, that's not going to show up. I just texted it to you though.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so just picture this on on somewhat of a satin jacket. I think it'll be huge. I think people will get crazy for this. I love it. I love how you had that just ready to roll. It
was in my text with the band. Yes.
Oh, the band text. Yeah. Oh, that's right, because that's the header of it. So great. Well, it's just an absolute pleasure to have you. Is there anything? Let's we talked about 2022 being back on the road. We're on the Tin Roof Tour now, which we're super excited about. And because we're actually out there, and what's even cooler is we have shows after that too, and a lot more shows in the U.S. And then we're currently booking some really cool stuff in Canada, which I'm super excited about. Rob Shapiro is here. A shout out to him. He's our keyboard player, and he said, "Sweet hair, Kasey." So
he's actually the one that created that Public Hump logo.
Yes, he created that logo. So kudos to you, Rob. But we love having you, Kathy. We'll see you in Cincinnati. We can't wait. It's going to be amazing. We get to hit some great cities on this tour. Country Thunder, yes, Country Thunder in Calgary. That's going to be amazing. So we have a lot of shows coming up, so everybody stay tuned for that. I'm so glad that you got to join. It's the last one, and I just can't think of a better guy to bring on for the last Counting My Lucky Stars. So what is Kasey Todd counting his lucky stars for? We talked about the future. Let's talk about what we're grateful for now.
Oh, if we're keeping it in the terms of being on the road and everything, that's just the great times we've had over the past 10 years. And the stories we have are endless of the craziness that we've been through, from everything from playing small bars to, with 10 people, sometimes if 10 people, to, thousands and thousands of people. So we've kind of spanned the whole gamut there, and it's been a blast. So, I wouldn't trade that for anything.
I have Cindy's wondering if you fully recovered from COVID.
I did, yes. Yep.
Yes, he's very healthy. Here, Mom says, what is the worst? This is a good question. What is the worst and best show you played? Do not name the names of the worst venue, please.
All right. I think the worst show for me was and it wasn't necessarily a bad show, but I lost my temper.
Oh, I remember. Yes. Yeah. And for good reason. Tell everybody why.
Yeah. So we were playing a holiday party, which why they hired us to play a holiday
I
party
don't know.
is beyond me.
I don't think anybody knew who we were.
But we had already had huge hits at that point.
I know.
But
That was the weird thing about it, was like we got hired to do this party, but nobody knew the music, and it was very strange.
yeah. So we had to break our set into 2 different sets. Instead of playing one 90-minute set, they had us break it in half so they could do their awards and give everybody a break and all that kind of stuff. So we're back in the green room, which was somebody's office at this place. And hanging out.
God, I remember this.
And Aaron's dad was at the show with us.
That's right.
And he comes back and he's like, "Oh, Kasey, that drum." So we had the owner guy come up to us before the show, and he had said, "Hey, we've got this guy that's a really great drummer. Can he get up and play with you?" And we were like, "We normally don't do that, but." And I was like, "Aaron, it's up to you, man. Whatever you want to do." We were
And
like,
I just want to please everybody. So yeah.
So we let him get up during the first set and play, and it was quite interesting.
It was not good. I mean, the guy, it was like, it wasn't that he couldn't play drums. There was just, the tempo would sway fast, slow. Well, literally, I think we played Sweet Home Alabama, and it was like,
yes,
Sweet Home Alabama. Like, it was so hard to sing to.
It was rough. But so that was over. Then we took our break.
So we did what we said we were going to do. We let him get up and play one. We're all here to have fun. We're all here to have a good time. Let's, whatever. And then,
so we're all in the back, and then your dad comes up and he goes, "So they're getting ready to do their drum off." And I go, "Oh, haha, that's funny, Greg. Yeah, that's hilarious." And he was like,
I don't think he's kidding.
Yeah, he was like, no, I'm not kidding. And I still thought he was like pulling my leg at that point, because Greg, he's a jokester.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, sure. And he's like, "No, you're not grasping that they're actually talking about doing this,
doing a drum off."
And so,
and this is also like, I believe there's free alcohol, and people are indulging. So,
yeah. So, I talked to the owner guy who brought us in, and I say, "Hey man, this can't happen. You need to shut this down right now." But all he cared about was hanging out with the band. He
was back there. He's like, "I'm hanging out with Aaron and the band. This is so great." Yes, on Kasey's kit. And they're literally like hanging out with a blah, blah, blah. And like,
and then all of a sudden you hear just loud drums.
Horrible. And I'd never seen Kasey rip out of that room faster and redder than he did.
I was very furious. And then I got made to look like the bad guy, because
which we were really mad about, because the guy who was running ship, he needed to go tell this guy. Like, I told him, I was like, he kept wanting to talk to me. I was like, "No, you got to go tell this guy." And before I could get him out there, like, you can't have a drum off on our drums. Like, that's not what kind of party this is.
Yeah.
And
the guy kept saying, "Man, it's totally cool. I cleared it." And I'm like, "No, I'm the guy you clear everything with.
You have to clear it with me.
Anything."
Yeah.
And
wow.
And he was talking about that it was all for charity and stuff, and that I was
for
the bad
charity,
guy,
and they were gonna do it, and we're like, "No, not tonight." And I think you took the sticks out of his hands, didn't you?
I took the cymbals off because he kept hitting them, and I was like, "Dude, I told you, you're done. You're done."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ginger with a vengeance. I love it. That's gonna be Kasey's movie title.
Rob was there. He was there for that one.
Yeah, it was strange. Okay, now the best show. What's the best show?
Oh, best show. Oh man, that's tough.
We've had a lot of great shows.
We played so many great ones. Maybe getting to play the CCMAs was probably one of the coolest ones for me, just because that was my first like major award show that I had done.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, all the Edmonton shows that we do are always great. Anywhere where they're always singing along, when you've got just
the Cook County show that we just did is like so high on my list, and it's only because like when you have crowd when you have the crowd singing songs that we've been singing forever.
Yeah.
And they almost know the words better than we do. It's like
Right.
there's like a whole other thing that goes with it. So I'm always like that show just like blew my mind. Like totally blew my mind. But we've had a couple other good ones. I remember Big Valley we played when I think we played at 3:00 in the afternoon, and it was jammed out there. And it's just never jammed for that earlier artists. And so that was like, even the owner of the festival like walked up to me and was like, I've never seen that many people out there this early. Like that just never happens. So, Sean's talking a couple of them. Swift Current, I remember Swift Current. Lethbridge was fun.
Calgary's always a good time.
Calgary's always fun. I think we played Calgary more than we played any other city since this whole thing got going. Like I just feel like we always go to Calgary, which is no problem here. We love it there. So Kirby Barber's here. I didn't see her. Well, hey everybody. We're getting a little late here, and I'm trying to get over this cold before we hit Lexington on Thursday night, Louisville on Friday night. We're really excited, and it's going to be so much fun. That sounds awesome. I'd love to come do the animal rescue. Ashley, that sounds wicked. But yeah, thank you all for joining, getting to know Kasey Todd a little bit more. Now, when you see him on the road, you'll be like, Kasey, I was on the live stream with Aaron and you. It was great. Thanks for joining us today. I'm going to play one more song, and it's your choice. What's your favorite song on the new EP?
Mine?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look at the
He's like, I don't even know.
No, you know what my favorite one is. I just can't remember what it's called.
Oh, People Talk.
Yeah. Wait, is that what it is?
I think so. Isn't that your favorite one?
Let me look at the titles real quick.
See, this is how much he knows my music, folks. You're getting a
I've had to learn them. I don't know the actual
I don't even know what they're called.
Titles. People Talk. Yep.
All right, People Talk it is.
I thought you were gonna say, oh yeah, I don't know how to play that one.
I mean, I wrote it. I should know it. Kasey, thank you so much for joining us. You're free to go, man. I really appreciate you doing this. It's so sad. This is the last streaming show of the year. Merry Christmas to everybody. I gotta remember how to play this. This is Kasey's favorite song off the EP, so here we go. That's not it. We've been dancing around, jumping in, waiting on the right time to go all in. I got half a mind to go downtown, spin you around any old hardwoods we can find, and make this whole town wonder why we waited so long to get a little too close on the dance floor, linger on a little look for, just long enough to make them think we might be falling in love. Maybe even make them wish they were us. Baby, we could be the rumor that's running wild, topic of the conversation for a country mile, till they say we're just showing off. Well, baby, what you say? Let's make some people talk. Yeah. Were the whispers on Sunday? Oh, we might as well be on the front page anyway, 'cause what we got is better than all the rest. Maybe that's why they're getting jealous, calling us crazy. Girl, if they're crazy, I say we prove them right, and get a little too close on the dance floor, linger on a little look for, just long enough to make them think we might be falling in love. Baby, even make them wish they were us. Baby, we could be the rumor that's running wild, the topic of the conversation for a country mile, until they say we're just showing off. Baby, what you say? Let's make some people talk. Yeah, baby, we could be the rumor that's running wild, the topic of the conversation for a country mile, until they say we're just showing off. Baby, what you say? Let's make some people talk. Yeah, let's make some people talk. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for tuning into all of these Counting My Lucky Star streams. They have been an absolute joy for me to do. It's been awesome to bring on a ton of special guests, just like Kasey, Todd, and my sister, and my parents, and my manager, and just all these amazing, awesome people that I have in my life. Thank you so much for joining, hanging out with us. This has just been so much fun. You can watch every single episode on YouTube, I believe, on Facebook as well. So we will come up with something else. We'll do another series here soon, I'm sure. I've got a lot of new music to work on. Already working on the new record. We've got a ton of shows coming up in the new year. It's literally the most amazing thing ever. I think it's really going to help everything a lot. So a big kudos to Julie Dove for managing all of these streams. She's been a rock star. And she's got some awesome news that we can't wait to just share with everybody when the time is right. And so stay tuned for that. Another thing, so don't forget to tell everybody you know to go stream Aaron Goodvin music. It is up to you. You are the street team. And to spread the word and about what we're doing, about the music. We appreciate you so much. And just I have a little video here I want to play just in case anybody has forgot how to. If you have an Alexa at home and you don't know how to use it, and I just have a little video of a lovely young human being that's going to teach you how it works. So we're going to play you this video now.
Play Jingle Bell from Aaron Goodvin.
Here's Jingle Bell Rock by Aaron Goodvin on Amazon Music.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. Got to know how that works, you can ask Alexa to save my music, save everything, and play that as much as possible. I'm glad you love that video as much as I do. I think it's adorable. Thank you all so much. Thank you for continuing to support me and everything. Hey, Jamie, good to see you. Love you all. This was so much fun. Thanks for streaming the new EP. Thank you, Warner Music Canada, for being champs. We had a great week at the CCMAs, seeing everybody. It was awesome. So maybe next year we'll bring home some hardware with your help. So love you all, and we'll talk to you very, very soon. Y'all stay safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas. Love you all. Good night.